Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns! Today we have the grand finals of the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament. traiLZ versus RoseCitySaint. With me today on commentary is Dick Shake. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good. Looking forward to this match, because this is going to be a really hype one.
Yeah, it should be a good race. I mean, it's the grand finals. What what else do you expect? Some difficult flags, these finals flags. A good, appropriate challenge for these two runners. So
That's for sure. Two of the top runners in the Zelda 2 Randomizer community. RCS being the defending champion, traiLZ being just as good. Should be a really good matchup.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Dick here is kind of annoyed. He's not the one in grand finals.
Oh, well, just a little bit. I lost to both of these people and got knocked out, so I'm going to get my revenge tonight in the commentator's booth.
And we're off.
All right. See what the overworld's got.
Yep. Pass through cave right away. And yep, turning in audio. I forgot just how loud RCS's audio is. Fixing now. Okay. And it looks like we're down in the south here.
Yeah, for sure. That's the bottom right corner of the map that RCS is on there.
Yeah, I think traiLZ just found another pass-through cave. Nothing so far really to note, though.
There's a grass tile.
Oh, hey, there's the glove. And P3 or 6 in the middle of the coast.
Can't be unhappy finding the glove within the first minute of the game.
Nope.
That's the dream.
Yeah. Thank you for waving some Palman pom-poms, Keepin. And yeah, 3 bars of health is a thing to start with. RCS has found Death Mountain.
So really the main driver of how long this race is going to take depends on the spells and where they end up. Since they need a certain number of magic containers to pick up those spells, if they have, Thunder and Reflect buried at the end of the list, then they gotta go find all those magic containers first. So it'll take more time.
Fairy potentially as well.
Yes. Yeah, that one's more likely to be found early just because it leads to a lot more progression.
If traiLZ wins, we have a game 2. If RCS wins, tourney's over and RCS defends his title. You can see actually at the top of your screens, we have the actually, I think that might be. Let me fix that. Best of 3. Oops. Where RCS it already has comes in with a one game advantage, so to speak, due to coming in from winner's bracket, while traiLZ is coming in without that due to coming from loser's bracket. That should be fixed now on your screens. And so if our traiLZ pulls out a win, then we get game 2. Otherwise, we're done. And that's it for the tourney. Ooh, traiLZ taking a death. I did not catch what that item was there.
That was the child, and RCS picked up the flute in Trophy Cave a moment ago as well.
Nice, and we've got another town here in the southwest. Marking off child for traiLZ. And here's Saria for RCS.
Start finding out what these spells are, see if they get the ones that they want. Although honestly, with long GP on, you probably want at least 1 or 2 of the defensive spells as well. Jump is
life,
really good.
Shield. Life and shield would be good, especially.
I think jump's at the top of my list. That spell is just so useful in GP.
It is. Spell's not the worst either. Because that's what RCS just got, as Trails picks up his flute. I think that was there.
I believe that Hidden Palace is set to random, is that right?
Correct.
So they may need that flute.
They may. There also might just be the chance that the overall map is dumb and they needed to get past the river doubles.
I wouldn't hold my breath on that.
I wouldn't hold out hope for it, but we have seen it happen a few times. Trail's finding this rather bright pink palace there. It's either 3 or 6. We won't know which until they get further in.
RCS going in to pick up his kid, so we're still missing a few caves here, but no way to get out of this section yet that I've seen. They're both still in the same...
Though, I'm also not sure how far north we've gotten either. Okay, yep, we also haven't seen another palace.
Yeah, if they don't find something soon, I gotta start wondering if it's like sending them into Death Mountain, perhaps, rather than search for the Hammer Cave.
I don't think we've seen any sign of Bagu to pass through Saria either.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would be a good thing to start checking as well. There's a lot of forest tiles out here.
Yeah, there are. I can see 2 on Trail's screen right now. Or I could right before you go into that encounter, at least. There's Death Mountain for Trails, though.
Yeah, he's going in.
Yep, I mean, might as well. There's not a lot of choices for them right now. Not surprised that the northern half of the continent is cut off. Usually, the version of the randomizer that was western continent is split north-south, and you generally can't get to the other half right away. I've seen, I think, maybe one this tournament where you could get between both halves of the continent easily, but that's almost never the case, and certainly isn't today.
Yeah, you usually gotta take a cave or something at least.
Yep.
A lot of enemies in Death Mountain there, though.
Yeah.
And, pretty low level, too. I mean, a lot of times you put Death Mountain off as long as possible, and then you're coming back here with attack 5 or 6, and it's so much easier to get through.
It is, but no such luck. Trails is just gonna have to do so on 223. I believe RCS is on similarly dismal levels. Yeah, 224 here for RCS. Looks like he just took a life 4 not too long ago. Trail stopped finding Hammer Cave or Spectacle Rock so far in Death Mountain that I've seen.
Oh, I saw the rock. It's
there it is, yeah. Top right, but who knows how to get there is a whole nother story. And now it's time to play Russian Roulette with Caster Caves, everyone's favorite thing to do in Death Mountain. Oftentimes, we've seen plenty of races being decided by somebody deciding to take one casting cave and someone else deciding to take a different casting cave. One gets you in the right direction, the other doesn't, and you never know which one it is.
Yeah, that's one of the major things that people hate about Death Mountain.
Yep, I distinctly remember a match earlier in this tournament where both runners got lost in Death Mountain for over half an hour each. One runner got lost looking for Spectacle Rock, the other got lost looking for Hammer Cave. Oh, that's a painful game over for Trails there. Yikes.
Well, RCS is looking at the forest tiles, so he's searching for Bagu.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll probably find him based on how many of those tiles I've seen. There's a lot.
Oh, there are a lot. Trails has decided to We'll see if Trails decides to go back to Death Mountain, or if Trails also decides to start looking at forest tiles, because those are their two main options right now. They, as far as we can figure, can't go north. RCS, that's your starting palace. Might be resetting encounters though. And still not Bagu. There's another one here though, which also isn't it.
Yeah, there's a lot of those tiles. Wow.
There are. IMO, race time the GG rolls easier seats in SRL? I honestly don't know, because I really wasn't around during the SRL days. And actually this one is rolled off by the Alan Teflis, and so we are now on 4.0.
Oh, right, yeah, Alan rolled this seed last week sometime. He rolled a bunch on it.
Yep.
So, this has been in the vault, locked away.
Yeah, the last ever pre-4.0 race, pretty much. We actually have a Showcase 4.0 race tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be hyping that up later on.
Oh, yeah.
But right now, we're going to focus on these two gentlemen.
Yeah, as RCS found Fairy Cave here.
I thought he was going back to Death Mountain, but...
Well, that's a pass-through to nowhere useful, unfortunately.
there he is.
That's stopped him by Baku. Okay.
That's good, though. That's progress.
It is. That's just east of the bridge there, which is in the northwestish of this half of the continent. I think Trails is now on the same route. And this will be access to the north, because I think they've run out of other things to do other than dig Death Mountain.
Yeah,
I feel like thing they could have found there would have been boots or like the any key or something, because that's probably the other things they could have gotten. For progression in Death Mountain right now would be boots or any key. Since they don't have I think they're hard blocked from the north. There's not like a hammer rock blocking their way or something.
Still trying Death Mountain.
Yeah, okay. More Death Mountain for Trails, taking another death. Or dig the Pink Palace. The Pink Palace isn't in logic without Fairy or the Yeti Key, which is why Trails might find the Yeti Key in Death Mountains. Here.
It could still lead to progress, though, on a fluke, but... Yeah, there you go.
Alright, there's Rauru near the back of Saria.
So already, this is a pretty big, fork in the road for these two runners. If Trails finds garbage on Death Mountain, then all of this becomes a waste of time. But if he finds something good, what would be worthy? The boots?
Yeah. Let's see, any key would be nice?
Any key would be alright, yeah. Or one of the spell items.
Night Legend! You're getting timed out. I wish Twitch had a turn off commentator option. Oink! Then yes, all that 4 is one way to do that.
Yeah, any key would be interesting. Because, I mean, it's not impossible to... Oh, there's Hammer Cave, so we're about to find out. How many lives does he have back? Meanwhile, RCS, he's got the jump spell, and he just picked up the raft, so he's just cruising along.
Yep.
Finding more stuff.
And Trails just is playing roulette with Russian roulette with pass-through caves as usual in Death Mountain. And it could take who knows how long.
That Hammer Cave, he's found the cave he's looking for, so
nice.
he just needs to survive.
Yep. And we saw another cross here from RCS. I didn't catch which one it was. RCS does not need to check any more forest tiles. And there's P1.
Boy, if he's got the raft, we might see him go sailing here pretty soon. He's definitely going to pick up downstab.
That's for sure. Yeah, any key could be only the only door logic we have right now. We'll see what.
Oh yeah, that's a good point about the magic containers in Death Mountain. On these settings, finding a magic container in here could be big.
Yeah, because being vinyl flags, you need magic containers for the.
Oh, and that's what it is.
Wow.
That's interesting. That is an interesting find.
Yep. Nice to find, but that does mean traiLZ needs to go find Bagu.
Well, so he's walking out, and my first reaction to that is like, why is he walking out? But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, he's looking for the Hammer Cave, and he's also looking for the other exit to Death Mountain. That's his other plan, I think.
That is true. For all he knows, that Bagu is unavailable and you're supposed to take Death Mountain. Nope, no, because RCS just found it, and it's a dead end to an absolute dead end.
Well, that's a bummer for traiLZ then. Kind of digging himself in a deeper hole. But yeah. I doubt he's... Unless he is not remembering that Bagu exists, I doubt he will come back here in game overs.
Yeah, he's gonna be here for a bit looking for a dead end. He might find a way to Spectacle Rock at least, but that's about the only thing he's getting out of this trip. And they're speaking of a hammer for RCS.
Yeah.
Not too far from Rudo, which was by Mido.
Yeah, so, I mean, finding that magic container was big, but we don't know how big it was. I have to guess that it probably wasn't as big as picking up all this extra stuff that RCS has gotten over the last 5 minutes or so, but... Alright. There's a hammer block cave over here.
Mm-hmm.
Saw it earlier. Wow, he's back in Death Mountain.
Yeah. Without boots, yeah, traiLZ might not be able to find the second entrance, but we know traiLZ can't find the second entrance. Nightcrawler, RCS found it. It's a straight dead end. RCS stumbled across it. There's the Yeti key. Wow.
Well, RCS just needs spells at this point, really. It's possible it might. Yeah. It's possible he might need the boots for something, but
there's really not much.
Few spells and he's good to go. So
few spells, items for those spells that count, including magic jars. As for traiLZ is trying to find a dead end cave. Unfortunately, it's a very literal dead end. That's the other of 3 or 6 here for RCS, and he's gonna go dig it. Looks like, makes sense.
He's got
the other one of 3 or 6 is on the southern coast. Yeah, it could be a 7-8 time. The race of one guy getting almost everything, the other getting the one thing needed. That hammer cave wasn't super nice, but it wasn't.
I mean, if they need all 8 magic containers, that could be a thing, possibly. Because traiLZ is going to find all the stuff that RCS has found when he eventually remembers that Bagu exists.
Yeah!
It's not like it was hard to get or anything, it's just going to take time, so...
And the longer he spends getting lost in Death Mountain looking for a non-existent dead end... for a dead-end cave that there's literally no other way to the other entrance of Death Mountain. It's a RCS walked in the door, saw a wall, walked right back out. It's the most literal dead end. I guess Trails might find Spectral Rock. I don't think he's found the way to that area yet, but that's about the only thing he could find. Shoutouts for 2 runners here, Trails and RCS, as well as to my co-commentator here, DickShake, who is also the main dev of this randomizer, as RCS finds the garden in PE3, as this is.
Yeah, P3, one of those nice short ones, so not surprised that he... well, I mean, I guess he didn't know it was 3. I'm sure he was hoping
he knows it's either 3 or 6, because the other one's on the southern coast.
Yeah, but if you're walking in with those levels, you're hoping it's 3 and not 6.
Yeah, that is true.
Carver takes a long time to fight if you have a bad attack level.
Yeah, Ursi is only on attack 3 right now.
At some point, Trails has to feel like he's checked as much as he can. And then realize that he needs to go some other way, but... I suppose it's pretty wild just to even see a Bagu seed. It's not it happens, right? I mean, it's definitely happened before. But it's not super common in this particular version of the randomizer.
Yeah. Does he think this is the only option left? I hope Trails remember Bagu exists.
I really don't think that he's thinking about Bagu right now, because he's walked by 4 tiles so many times. Yeah.
He definitely isn't thinking about it, but he has to realize that it's an option. Well, as far as because we know that he has no other option left, he has to find it as he finds another dead end in Death Mountain, and still isn't obeying, unfortunately.
Here's the item in 3.
Yep, and a 50-point P bag, not too bad. Item in 3 is the candle. Not the worst, not the best either. It's alright.
Not worth the time that he took to take it out, but...
No.
What he doesn't know is that he's, you know, pulling farther and farther ahead every second, so...
Yeah, as Trails continues to get more and more lost. Speaking of other deaths, oh, that's a game over. Maybe this will finally tell Trails, let's get out of Death Mountain.
Let's see. No, he's walking right past those 4 styles.
Oh, Trails.
Yeah, there's 3 forest tiles right there. He's not going in any of them.
He's ignoring them. Oh no, Trails, why? Obeying again, interesting, as RCS finds Reebnack.
No, he's going back to Death Mountain.
No, I know this is Death Mountain. Yeah, the longer Trail spends wandering around Death Mountain, finding maybe Spectacle Rock. If even that is extra time for RCS, who took a death to Raveneck, but is now back.
Wow.
Oh, Trails, why?
Chat coming out with low blows.
Hey everyone, is this a blame DickShake seed? Hey Crystal Joy, Crystal Joy, considering DickShake is the main dev of this randomizer, I'd say every Z2R seed is a blame DickShake seed. Although Alan can actually roll the seed, but technically you can also blame Dick here for it.
There's really not too much going on with the seed so far. Bagu is certainly a bit unique, but it's not like out of nowhere, so there's not been anything too crazy yet.
No, other than Trails just deciding to get incredibly lost in Death Mountain instead of looking for Bagu.
It all depends on the spells, though. We gotta see where those spells are and how many magic containers they're gonna require.
Mm-hmm. That's what our Trails really needs is for either Thunder or Reflect to be locked behind Nukasudo or Olokutsudo, and for that Magic Jar and Hammer Cave to be required, because otherwise, Trails is going to be in a bit of a pickle. As RCS heads for P1. Wagers on when Trails will find Bagu? Whenever he gets out of Death Mountain. Plus a couple minutes. And I don't know when he's getting out of Death Mountain. He might 100% the place before getting out of here. As he takes another death, he is down to 1 life. That is, he is already at 2 game overs in Death Mountain. But if he game overs a 3rd time, I really, really hope he gets out of Death Mountain and decides this is not a good idea.
I mean, he's just got, he found the rock.
Goodness. Well, okay, he did find Spectral Rock, but, okay, Spectral Rock sucks.
He's gotta feel like he's found all the caves. Alright, he's getting out again.
Nightcrawler, we've seen the second exit. It's a 100% dead end. And that's the Spectral Rock. I'm not sure if that's boots. That's available with boots, but that's a disgusting spot for it.
Well, I thought maybe he was going to the palace. He might be thinking he missed a cave. That might be. Because he's not going back into Death Mountain, so he's definitely wised up that something's going on. So like,
yeah. All right. RCS then with P1 hasn't found the item in here. It was mostly just looking for horse head. And is going to go back in for the item, which makes sense. It's quick. He knows he probably still needs magic cards at this point, because he's still missing spells, and he needs items for all his remaining spells. So
these flags. I mean, these flags really just want you to pick up a big chunk of the items. With all the magic containers, start with 2R containers. Like, you gotta get a lot of the items out of here.
Yeah. By the way, no, Trails, no. Why? Trails is back in Death Mountain. Oh no. Trails is definitely overthinking this, but jeez, this is sad to see. Does he think he's seen every forest tile or something on the southern half? Because he's evidently not realized or forgotten or something, Baku, because he is skipping it as, just a jar and one.
Just a quick shout out to Buzz Thunder. Even though he did slightly better than me in this tournament, just wanted to remind everybody that he still hasn't won the Zelda 2 Randomizer tournament. So, good finish as always, Buzz.
Yeah, and Krista Joy, you're not wrong. He is sticking to the play. It's just painful, is the sad thing. Trails did find Hammer Cave. It has a magic jar, so that might be useful, but the rest of this is just a giant time sink, as RCS finds the desert tile in just a pea bag. Trails is looking for a pass-through cave that does not exist. The other entrance is a hard dead end, as RCS checks out the east.
So with RCS, he's gonna have to come back and clear 6 eventually. we don't know where GP is yet, but routing-wise, you know, as soon as he thinks he can complete D6 reasonably well, then he should probably get it knocked out, and then he won't have to go back and forth as much, hopefully.
Yeah, Trails, by the way, found another dead-end in Death Mountain. I count at least 3. 2 dead-end pass-throughs and the dead-end entrance, as we see Valley of Death there for RCS. Yeah, Trails really needs at least one of the Kasudos to be required for the spell, because, which there is a good chance of it happening, but, or maybe for the item in Kasudo behind Magic Jars to be required, because,
I mean, even if that's true, like, it didn't take him that long to find the magic jar. He spent most of the time wandering around, so...
There is that, true. It's just... he's lost. He is, like, physically just lost. Yeah, this is up there for facepalm moment as a viewer. Not much on the southern half of the east, by the way, here from RCS so far. Yeah, the Magic Jars and Spectral Rock Trails could still be in it, but it really isn't. It's not good, at least, that Trails has spent something close to 2/3 of the seed so far in Death Mountain. Happy half-hour mark. And Trails is still completely lost. I think he's literally spent at least 20 minutes of this race so far in Death Mountain. As he decides to update again.
Yeah, RCS getting a fresh start out of the raft, so,
Alright. Trails, are you getting back to forest tiles? No! Trails! Why? Why? I'm sorry, Trails, but just why?
yeah, it's really unfortunate. I mean, you know, Trails is capable of putting up a good race. He's just having a moment in one of the biggest races that he's been in, unfortunately.
Yeah. There's GP, RCS finding a way to the middle section of the east, it looks like here. Might be a 3-segment east today. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. And this looks to be a 3-segment one.
It always tries to be 3. If it's only 2, then something went a little off track.
That is true. Yeah, this looks to be a 3-segment east of sorts. It's a little hard to tell exactly, but yeah. Vaguely 3-parter. Yeah. Hey, there's a river double, which may actually be useful. And Trails is back in Saria, as they finally found Baku, because I can't actually quite remember. Alright, no, he just hasn't found Saria, which might be a bit of a problem to think of it.
Is that what happened?
Like, I'm honestly impressed he hasn't. Oh, 7-jar Nuka pseudo item.
Did he just not even realize that Saria was on here? Is that why he wasn't looking for Bagu?
Maybe, I'm honestly not sure, but even then, you look for
He's looking
towns.
for Bagu now. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going
Oh yeah,
for Bagu.
but I'm honestly surprised he didn't look for town before he decided to dig that mountain for, forever.
Well, I mean, if he didn't realize that Saria was there, then that's somewhat understandable. He missed Saria. So it wasn't Bagu that he forgot, it was that he missed Saria. Which, I guess neither of us noticed that he never went in there and got the spell.
Yeah, but speaking of the spell, I completely missed what RCS just got from the spell tower in New Kasudo.
It was a heart container.
Alright, not helpful. Nice, but not helpful.
I mean, I think with long GP on, I want 5 or 6 heart containers at least walking in the door.
It's nice, but there's also, when you're missing this many spells, you'd rather look at a magic jar or spell item, I feel.
If I'm walking in GP with the starting 3 heart containers, it's because I think I'm gonna lose if I don't. I'm already behind, you know? Like, I'm not walking in with 3 heart containers if I'm ahead. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Trails of apparently missing, sorry, it does explain a few about why he dug Death Mountain for, more than 20 minutes, I think? It was something dumb, as we see Naburu and Ultkasuda right next to each other by Maze Island.
No
Which is
magic
just past
containers, though, so has to
No,
leave. Hope he finds some somewhere else.
yeah, Maze Island in the southeastern part of the northern part of things. RCS immediately finding... I missed what that was.
There's
Trails?
Bagoo.
Oh, yeah, that's Bagoo. Never mind. I keep mixing up Bagoo and Naruto for some reason. That's me being dumb.
Oh yeah, now it's catch-up time. I mean, he's got to know he's behind now. He's got to know he's behind by probably a significant amount.
I mean, he did spend, I think, something close to 20 minutes in that Death Mountain. There's no way you don't feel behind when Saria and Bagoo were both fairly available. There's no way you don't feel behind after spending that much time in Death Mountain.
Yeah, but then you gotta try to figure out what you can do about that. I mean, there's some stuff that's just out of your control. You don't know where the items are. You gotta collect as many items, but I wonder if we'll start seeing him trying to take some gambles, cutting some corners to try and make up little chunks of time here and there.
Yep. We have, let's see, P5 in Maze Island. Yeah, Trills did enter 8 GP Amons after Buzz in an earlier match at the tournament, so it can turn around. GP is no equalizer, but
yeah, but that was Buzz Thunder. I mean, come on, Buzz Thunder was gonna do well in a Z2 tournament? I don't think so.
Yeah. There's another magic jar for RCS as Trails finally gets his raft. I've missed what the other item was in Maze Island. I know it was right nearby the end, but I don't remember what it was.
So that palace was Palace 5, I'm pretty sure.
It was it was P5, yes.
And it's
It was a
interesting
P-back, thanks, chat.
that he's getting out of there. Because, I mean, there's no reason why he couldn't beat P5 right now. He must not feel comfortable with his levels, I guess? I'm not sure.
Doesn't
why
want
you
to dig
wouldn't
P5 at the moment. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't
Yeah,
have the
so-
fairy spell, actually. That's probably the more proper way to read it. He doesn't have the fairy spell.
Yeah, because he might get very locked out of 5.
There's only one room. I mean, it's not a huge gamble to go into 5 without the fairy spell, but it is a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah, I guess no fairy combined with attack 4 makes RCS a little not willing to dig it. Is going to get the spell out of Naburu, actually, though.
Yeah, you got that magic container, so that's within reach now, which is good news.
Yep, our Trails is, I think this is the hammer here.
Maybe he decided checking this before going into the palace was a good idea, because this could be fairy, possibly.
Yeah. Nope,
It's not, though.
life. That's a whammy, because that's one of the more freely available spells in the game.
Yeah, and they
magic
haven't
cards
found
isn't too bad.
They haven't found any of the spells that they
Need,
Good.
yeah. It's hard to say if Trail goes to Death Mountain, if goes to Spectacle Rock, because,
maybe eventually.
I mean, you did spend that much time digging out Death Mountain, maybe you hope that it gave you at least some benefit, which I could see Trails doing. Or maybe you just decide to cut your losses and get out of there. Both I could, which is also entirely possible.
Alright, so RCS is gonna go check out this palace. It's gotta be 4 or 2?
Correct, and this is 2.
So that means 4 is on the Valley of Death, I believe.
Correct, and we've seen it already in the south.
Alright, well, RCS has basically been on cruise control this whole time. There haven't been any major problems or decisions to have to make.
Nope.
On his
Find a palace, do a palace, more or less. And pick up everything on the way.
Yep. Which is honestly what he's good at. That's why he's here.
Yeah. He's not the defending champion trying to retain his title for nothing, after all. Yeah, so Trails kind of needs for one of the required spells to be somewhere fairly bad, and for the items locking it to be in rather bad spots. For ours, we're considering just how much time Trails sank into that Death Mountain, finding Spectacle Rock and not much else. Because Hammer Cave wasn't too bad, and well, Trails just found up wandering around the place a lot because we missed he didn't go to Saria.
And here's the item for Palace 2.
Which is the boost. Nice find.
Yeah, that's a good find for sure. He knows where that water tile is too. I'm not sure how far from where he's currently at, but he'll be able to get around a lot easier now.
Yeah, the water tile is further south, I think. Alright, Trails is finally in the east. We won't be seeing much new. There's Valley of Death. Just kind of out in the middle of things. Kind of long, but it's not a square of death today. Trails is just going to be playing catch-up for the next while. It will also make getting back to P5 a little nicer for RCS.
Yeah, Trails doesn't even have much of a level advantage. He was in Death Mountain for a while, but he didn't get a whole lot of experience. And RCS has been finding a lot of P-bags, which is kind of bad news. Because if you see a lot of P-bags in item spots, that means that there may not be a lot of heart containers.
Yeah, they started... Yeah. They started with 3
random containers, so...
Yeah. There's also the fact that the odds of Spectacle Rock having a magic jar going up every time RCS doesn't find a magic jar, which is a little concerning. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, the locations of the other 2 magic jars are pretty important here as well, but they can get into basically any palace.
Yeah, they have all the items they need to get anywhere they want on the map. Or RCS does, at least. Trails hasn't quite gotten there yet. Yeah, Trails is actually at a level disadvantage. Trails is currently at 335. I think RCS is 456. Yeah, 466 actually, as RCS actually finds another item cave here. Trails finding the pass through up north a bit faster than RCS did. There's GP. Which is going to be a bit of an eyesore when you finally get around to clearing it, because that's a rather obnoxious shade of pinkish purple.
Oh, that's a good find. Yeah, medicine for RCS.
Nice.
I think that's a good point, Nightcrawler. If there are fewer heart containers, I think Trails is better equipped in those situations. Not that RCS is bad at combat, but I think I'd give Trails the edge in that area.
Yeah.
However slight.
There is that. We'll have to see ultimately how this ends up playing out. Well, with both runners being as good as they are, that time Trails is definitely not good news. The northern bit of the east, has now been cleared out by RCS. Probably we'll just do P5 here since he's here. Oh, and there's the last town. I actually missed that earlier. That's Darunia in the corner. RCS doesn't need upstab and certainly doesn't have the magic jar for turning in a child, so it's just gonna leave and not do P5 actually. Just going to up A and head for P6, it looks like. And I'll turn in medicine first.
Yeah, that's where he's going. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get whatever spell that is.
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to Death Mountain?
He might be going to Death Mountain. It's not a bad idea from his perspective. He's missing spells. Wow. He's missing a lot of spells, and he's missing a lot of items for the spells, so this makes sense.
Well, I think he's gonna make it to Spectacle Rock first.
Yeah, Spectacle Rock is somewhere not absolute. Well, we'll see. I can't remember where exactly Hammer Cave was, but it at least can't hurt to have boots, I don't think, in this Death Mountain. I'm also fairly certain that RCS can't possibly spend more time in Death Mountain than traiLZ did. Because traiLZ spent a good 20 minutes or something like that in here. And hey, Spectral Rock is accessible with boots, which is not guaranteed. Hammer Cave was somewhere else, I don't remember where, but just a P-back in Spectacle Rock.
That is bad news, honestly. There may not be many heart containers in this one.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna dig out the magic container in Hammer Cave as well, so...
Yeah, that's a good. Also, yes, meow! Dick Chick here has a cat. RCS finding one of the dead ends, and there's at least 3 of the things.
What's up, Franklin?
And,
Franklin's got a bigger following than I do.
Yeah, and okay, looks like RCS decided to not bother digging at Hammer Cave for the moment. It's just gonna head on out, which is fine. Didn't really see too much of it. Didn't spend too much time in it. That won't be the worst to get back there.
Oh wow, that Goop Block Cave. Interesting.
Yeah, this one is right by the raft tile. traiLZ will be getting life here and not too happy. We'll probably not be super happy with it.
I mean, you'll want it later when you're in Great Palace. Oh.
There's a trophy in that Boots Block Cave by the raft tile.
A good item. What was the spell he got out of Mito? He never made it to Mito, did he?
No, he just got Spectacle Rock, found a dead end, and left.
Yeah. Well, now he can get both towns whenever he goes back over there.
Actually, Mito and Rudo are pretty close to each other up in the north, bit of the east of the west continent today, so...
And now he's probably gonna go grab that water tile.
Makes sense. I mean, while you're here.
Oh, another P bag. Wow.
Wow.
They may only get 4 heart containers here. There's still a few spots left to check. I think it's all palaces though.
I think it might be, yeah, because I think we've seen, oh, there's one overworld item, and that's the new Kasuto item, but that's Klein 7 magic shards, so right. Make of that what you will.
And then, the last 3 palaces, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. We're still missing.
And we know that 2 of those are magic containers.
Yeah, 2 of them are magic containers. Another one's a cross. traiLZ just got medicine. Thank you for the reminder. Doing double duty tracking as well. So. Alright, RCS taking Saria back up north. This is a bit of a pain, but I think this will also be RCS's last trip up north, so that's good.
Are there no boots?
Maybe, but he's not going to bother finding out.
I think there's a very good chance we'll see a P5 item check today.
I expect so, yeah, with this.
I mean, they want magic containers and heart containers. So.
They do. Although if it turns out that Thunder and Reflect are the two spells RCS gets from Rudo and Mido, then we'll have to see if... Well, he'll probably still want Fairy, but we'll see how hard he pushes for things, depending on how Palaces 5 and 6 get laid out.
He might even want Shield, I mean...
That is true. I mean, you're not going to go digging specifically for it.
If you only have 4 heart containers, then, you know, that might convince you to dig out some of the other items to get some more defense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is going to be an interesting couple minutes here as he walks through these towns.
Yep, Trail's just taking out Maze Island, is going to find a P back here.
Did Trails ever pick up that ending key? I don't remember seeing him do it, but...
I don't remember seeing it either, but at some point we just started paying more attention to RCS than Trails getting lost in Death Mountain. We'll see when he next pauses. As there's Reflect for RCS, nice. That is part of Go Mode. You haven't seen Metro Key on Trails' menu yet? Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Any key was hammer blocked, if I remember correctly.
Right. I believe you're right, yeah. That was
which is probably why Trails hasn't found it yet. It's not the worst thing to miss, but we haven't actually seen Fairy yet, and that's a bit of a problem. Could be Fairy here. It's a decent chance of that right now. RCS wants this to be Fairy or Thunder, and not, say, Shield.
Yeah, I don't know which one you're hoping for more here. Maybe
I mean,
Fairy.
Shield's okay, but Shield would... you want Fairy or Reflect here. There's Thunder. Thunder is very much nice to have.
I mean...
Now the only question is, how many magic jars does Fairy require? 6, 7, or 8?
Well, they may not need it. It's a pretty... I think that's too much of a gamble to go without Fairy.
Same here is the thing. GP. With long GP, yeah, I would not risk it. I mean, RCS is also not doing P6 to find out if that's Fairy blocked. Or to get the item out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a decent chance RCS is in Go mode. There's also a decent chance he's not in Go mode. Because we don't know how much Fairy costs.
Well, he's going up to 4.
He is guaranteed to be able to clear this palace, and it is on the shorter end.
4 can be Fairy blocked, actually. It's pretty rare, though.
I was gonna say, that's a really rare one.
It's in the topmost drop room with the pit. And the crumble bridge. If you come at it going from right to left, you need Fairy to get up on top.
Yeah. Also, nice series of forced counters as RCS finally gets 2 P4. More green, I don't mind though. I'll take this over for 5 gray palaces in 1 seed, and I'll take this over a load of eyesores. Sometimes the palette randomizer is not nice on the eyes. Thanks for the sub, Krista Joy. Dead end for RCS. Trails that to dead end on the overworld.
No candle yet either. That was in, I don't remember where that was.
Candle, 3.
Oh, was it in 3?
Yeah. I have a note sheet going.
Well, doing the epee might be starting to think about going back to clear some of these palaces now. I don't know.
This looks like a Death Mountain play for Spectre Rock. Which is a giant yikes, because, oh, nope, okay, he's leaving. Hey, Velvet, Trails here accidentally missed Saria early on while exploring the east-west, and, thought Death Mountain was his only way north, and proceeded to get lost for 20 minutes, is what happened to Trails.
He's going to medicine.
Map Randomizer happened to Trails, and he got lost in Death Mountain for 20 minutes. So Trails really, really needs Fairy to be required and for it to be behind 7 or 8 magic jars, pretty much. Because Trails is currently well, he spent 20 minutes in Death Mountain. It's just Charcy has to spend a little time in Death Mountain, but Trails is still probably good 15 minutes behind. Another dead end for RCS. It's pretty bad, unfortunately, for Trails. Just didn't quite manage to find Saria while exploring the west early on, and thus thought that Death Mountain was his only pass-through to the north half of the continent. Turns out it's not. The other entrance of Death Mountain is an absolute dead end. There was no pass-through at all. And, because RCS found it from the other end while Trails was getting lost. And so Trails got lost, didn't find much, found Spectral Rock. The sad thing is it's easily accessible with boots, which RCS got before coming back. So this seems like a star seed. This is actually an Allen seed, one of our final pre-4.0 race seeds. With how it's going, it might be our final 4.0 race seed as Trails picks up his any key. Coming up on the hour mark, I don't think Trails has only just now got an ability to complete palaces, which, yeah, that's the other thing. Trails didn't get that Eddie key on his first time, as there's a magic jar for RCS. That is a good find. That is very good news for RCS, because RCS is missing a magic jar in the Hammer Cave. We do not know if that is required, we do not know where the 8th jar is. Could be 7 magic jar locked in Nikasudo, which would mean the one in Hammer Cave is definitely required. And turns out Fairy is, and it's not in Darunia. We'll have to see.
Well, there's still one more magic container in 5, 6. Or it could, I guess, there could be one in the Nikasudo spot, yeah.
That's the thing, is that one's 7 magic jar locked Dig Shake, so if it's that one, well, and they need it, that could be a problem. Here's Karok in the meantime. Trails is digging 3. This one has the candle, which is okay, but really not what Trails wants to see. Very fast Karok. And I think this should be attack 5 if RCS decides to take it for the P4. And yeah, Zelda 2 is canon. Chronologically follows after Zelda 1 as the final game in the Downfall timeline. And yep, this is indeed attack 5 for RCS. Up A time, P6 is what I'm assuming he's doing. Maybe not.
He might be going to cash in that spell. And
it would make sense. Cash in the spell and see if Darunia has his fairy, because Darunia is up by Maze Island, where P5 is, and those two are both way up in the middle of nowhere.
He's running out of time to do P5 and P6. He's got to do them eventually, and now's the time.
taking this past through cave. I assume he's seen the other end and knows where he's going, because I usually don't.
Oh,
As
yeah,
Trails finds his candle. Yes, he does! I was this past through. I have a dismally bad sense of direction. But it looks like, unfortunately, because of Trails' miserable time in Death Mountain, I don't think Trails is even going to have one gem sub-hour today, which feels bad.
And he's, you know, doing fine now that he got unstuck, but he's not really making up a lot of time. Unfortunately, he's still behind on spells, just like RCS was. So.
Alright, let's see. Is this fairy? It is fairy, shield, or fire. Our remaining spells, I believe. Also, we'll be picking up Upstab here. As Trails is on Rebanak and gonna die here. Yeah, there it is. Finally! Happy 1 hour, everyone! Trails is finally completing his first palace! What was that spell just there for RCS? Oh no, that was Upstab. I got lost.
Yeah, that was Upstab.
Alright. Yeah, Trails was out of P3, is going to head for P1 now. And that's very nice! That is definitely go mode, no matter what for RCS. RCS is off P5 and...
Yep, that's gonna do it.
Yes, it is, and yeah, unfortunately, I think that getting lost in Death Mountain is probably what cost her. I hate calling it, but it's not good for Trails. Yeah, 30-point magic points or fairy is a ouch for RCS. It's not over till it's over, but it's really not good for Trails. Depends on how GP goes, but Trails is a good 3 palaces behind. 3 palaces and a bunch of spells. So... yeah. Food saving a little time for RCS to get back to P5, which will be a nice go-but. As Trails finds the red jar here, P4, not P4, P1. Yeah, Lemon. The thing is, too, that Trails knows where Darunia is, and he has both Child and 6 magic jars. Whenever Trails gets back to P5, he's likely to do... he's gonna do that spell there when he's up there. Just in case it's required. Also, probably for Upstab.
Giving Fairy just doesn't save a ton of time in this either. It saves you a couple minutes, maybe.
Maybe, and that's assuming that we don't hard require it, which is not guaranteed.
No, we're looking at something like cost the game over in GP, which could easily cost you several minutes if it's like right before Darklink or at Darklink. You know, that's the kind of stuff that could still swing this race, which is still entirely possible. So
it is. Just who knows? Hello, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, rating with a party of 28. Welcome into our Zelda 2 Vanilla 100% all keys tournament raiders. We've got Zelda 2 Randomizer Grand Finals here between RCS and Trails. They've had a pretty good match so far. Unfortunately, the map randomizer trolled Trails very hard today. Spent a good 20 minutes in Death Mountain assuming it was his only way north, and that's pretty much been the story of the race, unfortunately. Trails RCS is in go mode and is just gonna finish his remaining palaces and go to GP. Trails needs to do palaces, find boots in P2 to pick up the trophy in a boots blocked cave near the eastern raft tile, and yeah, and needs to pick up Thunder from Rudo, Reflect from Mido, and Fairy from Darude. Maybe Fairy, definitely the other two. Nice horse head. Our traiLZ's first gem was only 3 minutes ago out of P3, which just feels bad. And this is the second, at least, at 104, but it's not been the greatest time. As here's Guma for RCS. It's closer to 4 minutes and 3 minutes between P1 and P3, but P3 and P1, but not the. Yeah, one was quick. There's Guma down for RCS. Nice fight. Probably life 6 here. I think this is life 7, but although I doubt RCS is going to bother waiting for the experience. Lemon, thankfully for RCS, he's already seen GP. And actually, oh, that is attack 6. I count. Nice. That would explain why RCS is waiting for it as Trails picks up Reflect.
Not bothering to get the item out of 5. Unless
he's in go mode. Why does he care?
A hard container would be why I would care. But
I mean, at this point, we don't know if there are any hearts to take shake.
I understand, but I mean, walking in GP with 4 heart containers is not a recipe for a good time, even at life 7.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, 666, oh boy. Yeah, the number of the beast, as Trails also heads into this cotton candy pink piece 6. Little bit bright on the eyes, but I think GP's even. Yeah, there's a good chance RCS thinks hearts, and there might not be any more hearts. And the thing is too, RCS is going to go mode P6. There's a good chance Trails is going to get the item out of here. Not guaranteed, but there's a good chance of it, which certainly isn't helping anything, unfortunately. Vanilla Cross is entirely possible. It's one of the only items we have. It's the only major item we haven't seen. But we're also missing 1 magic jar and either heart containers or replacements for them. We're missing a few. Maybe. It's hard to say because we've seen a bunch of P bags. Nearly in sync here between the two of them. In the same room at the same time, fighting the same enemy. Just with a very different amount of progression done. Yeah, Pepto-Bismol Palace. Oh, here's Barba, at least. What do the yellow bars mean? Wins, yeah. So this is grand finals. Best of. So RCS comes in as the winner from the winners bracket. Trails comes in from the losers bracket. So Trails comes in with a quote-unquote one-game advantage. So if RCS wins, which it is currently looking like it's going to happen, then this is over. If Trails manages to make a comeback, then we have a game 2. Fortunately, I'm not sure we're seeing a game 2 at this point.
Well, let's see how hard this Great Palace is.
Yep. What went wrong for Trails? Trails, during his exploration of the western continent, they started in the southern half. Trails accidentally missed Saria, which is something that we missed as well, and proceeded to go dig Death Mountain for some 20 minutes, thinking that was his only way north, when it turns out you just needed to find a fairly free Bagu. And that was your way north. And your way to everything else, pretty much, really. And unfortunately, getting lost for 20 minutes just put Trails in a really bad spot. And it's just been something he's been unable to recover from since it didn't help that Faria was just in Darunia. If it was somewhere, it was in New Kasut or Old Kasut, it would have been closer, but no such luck. Playmakers, these are two of the top runners in Zelda 2 Randomizer. They can generally sub 130 just about every seed in this version, at least. The 4.0 is a bit different. And RCS is probably going to 1 sub 30 this unless our GP goes really wrong. But this is a randomizer, so there's no exact time. I think our estimate for the restream is an hour 30, but it definitely varies. What's randomized? Dick Shake, you want to explain what's randomized?
Oh boy, where do we start? It's a lot of things. But the biggest things, I think, are probably the overworld and then the palace layouts. Those are probably the two things that are most important, at least at this current moment.
Yeah, also, the item locations are shuffled, the spells are shuffled each other, the spells are shuffled with each other. The map randomizer is one of the biggest things. And the palace layouts are randomized. So we have no idea how long it's going to take RCS to finish GP. It could take him... If he could find T-Bird in the next room, or he could be here for another... Nope. Or he could be here for another...
Yeah, it took a wrong turn already. That's not too bad, actually. It wasn't that long of a dead end.
No, it was a pretty quick one. And just a P-back in P6 is a whammy. Also, yeah, I think we're not seeing any more heart containers this seed. We have 3 item locations left by my count, which are P5... Oh, no, 2 item locations. P5 and New Kasudo. One of them's the cross, the other is the last magic shard. They're definitely not seeing any more health today. I'm not sure if GP required fairy. P6 did not. P5 didn't either. Also, lag for RCS. Actually, this might be carry block. That was not paying those attention. Yeah, could have been a 1 health block, probably no heart containers, true, but yeah. This might be the only path. I tend to get horrendously lost in GP. Yeah.
The important thing in GP is just remember which turns you make, because the number of rooms is it's largely based on rooms that you can just go straight through. So which don't require any thought, right? You just gotta survive.
Yeah, so you can play Zelda 2 Randomizer on either an emulator or on a flash card, and as Victor says, both of them are on emulator today. We do have some runners who do so on flash card, no problem. Playmaker, it's all good. We all welcome new people. Trails, that is not where you want to be. GP is not yet doable. You only have 3 gems placed. He's off to P5 and Darunia now, it looks like. As that's keyword down for RCS. Also, so T-Bird can be set to not that guarantee it doesn't necessarily have to be required if depending on your settings, but in this flag set, T-Bird is required, so we know RCS. But unfortunately, T-Bird was also relatively early in GP, so Starpoint could be in a lot of places, especially because long GP is turned on in this flag set. This is bragging rights, really, Playmakers. We don't have like a cash prize or anything. We just all do it for the fun. Fun and honor. RCS is looking like he will probably defend his title as the reigning champion of Zelda 2 standard tournaments, having won the 2019 one as well. Keyboard actually works fairly reasonably for Zelda 2 because the NES controller only had a couple of buttons, and it maps fairly well to the keyboard actually. Yeah, it's alright, Playmakers. Yeah, there is a runner who plays on keyboard and actual piano. Well, that's our Victory Santa Fe here in chat. Victor takes the term keyboard player to a whole nother level. Quite literally plays on a keyboard. The musical variety, that is.
Oh.
And that's Darklink. GP being very nice today.
Awesome. There it is.
GG's to RCS.
He's going to be your champion. Cheryl sees
Tiki.
that. Can't be surprised, but definitely disappointed, I'm sure.
Yep. GG's to RCS. 117.44. Defending his title as the champion of Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournaments. We're going to switch over to the interview scene and see if we can't get these people in for an interview. Looks like they'll be joining us in a minute. Switching us over to the interview scene and putting on some music. In the meantime, let's shoutouts to both of our runners, traiLZ and RCS. Very good race, very good performance from both of them throughout the tournament, as well as to my co-commentator here, Dick Shake, the main developer of Randomizer and someone who himself did quite well in this tournament.
Yeah, I think we also need to throw a big shout out to Alan Heffley for organizing this tournament, keeping all of us in line. It's kind of a rowdy bunch, so he does a good job keeping us in check.
Absolutely, TAH being our being the main head of Zelda 2 Randomizer, and traiLZ actually is not going to join us. Is a bit salty over that Saria, which I honestly can't fault him for. We'll have RCS in here shortly, though, I expect. Speaking of, hello! GG's, RCS.
Hey, thanks. That was a pretty smooth seed for a finals flag, beginning to end.
It was for you, at least. Poor Trail.
Yeah, what happened with traiLZ? What's the story?
He said so in the race room. Something that we ourselves did not realize until he finally found it was that he missed Saria on his first trip around the Western continent, and proceeded to dig Death Mountain for 20 minutes, thinking that was his only way north.
I'm sorry. Did you say he missed something the first time around?
He missed Saria, yeah.
The town of Saria. He missed it the first time around.
I had a feeling. Did you see I started diving forest tiles pretty damn early?
Yeah.
I saw that.
That.
Totally. Once I saw that the jump cave and the Parappa cave were both dead ends, I felt like I explored most of the explorable area, and I started doing the whole I started doing the whole forest tile thing, like even before it was cool to, and then I tried the fairy cave path, and that really petered out. So yeah, it was just more forest tiles. But if there was one sort of minor annoyance in the seed, it was that the 3 required spells were hidden behind the kid, medicine, and trophy. Like, you know,
right? It was a good thing for you, at least, that it wasn't that you didn't have to dig out one of the Kasudos, because one of the magic jars you were missing was in Hammer Cave, which you never did find, and traiLZ found during his 20 minutes in Death Mountain.
Spectacle Rock presented itself really easily, and I didn't want to get too invested looking for Hammer Cave, right? Because I had other options.
Yeah,
and as soon as I knew that I had Reflect, I wanted to do 4.
Yeah. traiLZ spent ages. Yes, traiLZ found the Spectacle Rock the hard way, looking for a way up north, and it was during that time that we saw you find the other entrance of Death Mountain, which was a direct dead end, which just felt bad. Yeah, that helped sort of seal my decision too. And I tried exploring Death Mountain for a second in sort of the middle of the game, but when I ran into a dead end, I said, you know what? No, I want to do 4, and if it came down to it too, I guess I'd even try 6 without Fairy if I had to. But I'm glad Fairy was required too, because I almost thought about giving it a go, even with the long GP, no Fairy spell. But that takes a lot of nerve.
That's what I was going to ask you when you were walking into Rudo, if you were hoping it was going to be Thunder or Fairy in there.
Yeah, I was hoping for Fairy the whole time. I'm pretty much always hoping for Fairy right out of the chute. The longer I'm without Fairy, the more uncomfortable I am. And
is that why you didn't do 5? When you were on Maze Island?
Exactly, because that was early enough that, as far as I was concerned, the game might still require a full clear. And the last thing I wanted to do was get involved in an item hunt or something in 5 without the Fairy spell, and then find yourself needing it. I am no good at the eco key trick. I wouldn't even attempt it in a important race like that. So yeah, I just said better safe than sorry. The other 2 towns, the proximity of Darunia and Old Kasudo to where the Maze Island was with 5, that sort of made my decision a little easier. I said I know I'm gonna come back here anyway later for spells. I might as well wait until later, and maybe I'll have Fairy when I go do 5. And that worked out nicely. I was so relieved that Darunia had Fairy. If it didn't, things would have gotten a little messier for me.
Yeah, we don't know where the last magic jar was. It's a 50-50 between P5 and New Kasudo's 7 jar item. If it was New Kasudo, you would have had to go to Hammer Cave for sure.
How far did Trails make it? Did he get into GP?
No, he was. His first gem was just over the hour mark out of P3. Because the other thing is, once he finally got north at something at like 33 minutes or something sad, it was a while. He spent 20 plus minutes in Death Mountain, I'm fairly certain. You did eventually go back in there a bit, but no. Okay, RCS tends to cut out of VC every now and then. I'll give him a second to get back. He'll just randomly drop out sometimes in an interview. I think it might be his internet.
Well, while we're waiting for RCS to come back, maybe now is a good time for me to plug the upcoming stuff.
Oh, sorry, I guess I cut out.
Hey, no problem, RCS. I'm kind of used to it by now.
Yeah.
This
is a brand new phone. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it doesn't matter. It still happens.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Right. Trail's not being able to do any palaces till the hour mark, pretty much. His first jump was P3 at just over 1 hour.
Oh, wow.
Remember Hammer was up north in the west, and then you picked up the ending key shortly after in that one hammer-blocked cave?
Yeah.
Trails didn't pick up that ending key.
Yeah, that was a good sequence for me. Sort of.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
It was very nice.
Yeah, at the end of the western continent there, I was just getting ready to up an A out of that cave, and then it was the hammer, and you said, okay, well now I gotta go, open that hammer-blocked cave. And then when you open that, it was the key, and saying, well, now I guess I better go do Palace 1. And it also happened to be Palace 3 that was right next door, too. So it was just like I just couldn't leave. You had to keep doing the things up there.
It was great timing, honestly, for that.
Yeah, oh yeah, routing-wise, this was a really good seed routing-wise. It had a nice, convenient raft spot next to start, which did come in handy. I used it. I really abused the up and A here to access the raft and
absolutely
and launch myself from the raft spot on the eastern continent over and over again, and that was really easy to do with a raft spot like that. So that really contributes to a fast clear time.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, that Death Mountain combined with not finding the any key just snowballed for poor Trails. Especially with how nice the seed was for you. That 20-minute loss from Death Mountain was just unrecoverable for poor Trails.
Yeah, and sometimes it works out okay even when that happens, because in my match against Buzz, the prior match, I missed an early glove, and so I was 100%ing everything else while Buzz had the glove in the first 5 minutes, and it didn't backfire on me because you needed several magic containers, I think, in order to get the requisite spells, and so I found the glove an hour in, and it still didn't really hurt me. So it was just unfortunate for Trails that whatever was in that hammer cave wasn't really required, because that it could have been a saving grace.
Oh yeah, which in this case is a magic jar, and if you needed that for fairy, well, that things could have been different. But even then, it would have required likely a somewhat trolly GP, and GP wasn't that bad as long as you had fairy.
Yeah, I made an early decision. There were 2 lefts. After I ran into a dead end early, I could either backtrack about 3 or 4 rooms and take a left, or I could up an A and take a different left. And I made the decision to do the up an A thing, and that worked out very, very nicely. It was a straight shot from there.
Yeah. Yeah, take a pick between 2 different left turns, and you pick the right ones.
Yeah, just got lucky this time.
Yeah, like Trails at the end was still missing boots, which was required for trophy, which led to, I think, Thunder. Yeah, just not a great time, unfortunately. It was sad to see. But Rando will Randu sometimes, unfortunately. And today, the map randomizer hit Trails particularly hard.
Yeah, I really owe Bagu the assist on this one.
Yeah, Bagu and Trails not finding the town of Saria. Not the first time I've seen someone in this tournament get trolled by the overworld map.
So what do you do now, RCS? Are you going to Disney World, or are you?
Yeah, that's right. Never gets old. I mean, instead of Disney World, probably just Chili's or something. They have those brisket quesadillas that if you haven't tried, you're going to want to be a part of.
Some baby back
Briscoe's
ribs.
quesadillas do sound quite tasty. I
Yes,
won't deny.
Dig Shake. The ribs too. The ribs. You can get a combo. The ribs and brisket combo. I recommend that as well.
Sounds good. I
Nice.
had ribs for dinner last night. I had pulled pork tonight, so that was really tasty.
Oh, you know it. That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
Well, since we're kind of wrapping up here, I may take a moment to plug some upcoming stuff. We've got a brand new version of this thing coming out. This was the last 3.0 race ever, probably, I guess, because 4.0 is out, and we're having a big race tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. That's going to be, I believe, on this channel or one of the other ones.
It will be our sister channel, ZeldaSpeedRuns _3.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you should definitely come check that out tomorrow afternoon. It should be good. We're going to show off some new stuff and have some fun playing this video game.
Absolutely. I believe Alan Heffley and I will be on comms. I'll also be restreaming once more. Should be pretty fun getting to see the newest version of the randomizer.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, Dick here has been playing it for ages. RCS, how much have you actually played of the new version?
Actually haven't yet. I've watched some of it. It's pretty wild, but I've been focused on just practicing these flags, and so I haven't updated yet. So I wouldn't be able to join you all tomorrow anyhow, just because, I mean, Sunday is for football as far as I go. But yeah, I'll probably be checking it out soon and be able to jump in there sooner than later.
Nice.
Absolutely. Should be fun. Jay Coper, no, the OT race will still happen tomorrow, just not a qualifier. It'll just be a regular weekly. I'll take this run tomorrow. Aha, Victor. Let's go. Shoutouts to our runners here. Trails being the runner-up in this tournament. And RCS, congratulations on defending your title, taking the title of champion second, and then once again having won 2019. Now you're winning 2020. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, this may be the only really good thing about 2020, right?
It's been a year, that's for sure.
It has been a wild ride. Yeah. Well, I mean, when I first started playing Z2, all I wanted to do was just be better than the bottom feeders and just sort of be able to hold my own and fit in. So just due to love of the game that I've gotten so much practice and able to have so much success. So this game has been really addictive and I've always loved it. So thank you again, Dig Shake, for creating it. It's been really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you know you made it when you beat Buzz Thunder, right?
Oh, definitely. The grandkids will be knowing about that.
Absolutely. But no, after 5 weeks of Swiss and all of the brackets, RCS has defended his title and will be the champion until whenever our next standard tournament is, sometime next year, probably.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's been fun. All right, I'm going to go. Peace out.
Yep.
It's RCS.
Thanks.
Alright, so that'll be pretty much it for us tonight. I'm going to quickly run over our schedule tonight for tomorrow. At 9 a.m. tomorrow, we do still have an Ocarina of Time Randomizer EU Weekly. It is not the qualifiers due to us having some technical issues with the race time not being able to handle a race with 160 people in it, as we all found out earlier tonight, unfortunately. At 12:50 in the afternoon Eastern tomorrow, we have the Wind Waker Spoiler Log Tournament Winners Bracket Round 1, Neef versus Lanamphy. Then we have the Ocarina of Time's Championship Series, Season 3, Challenge 4, at 1 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern tomorrow. At 2 p.m. we have both the Minish Cap Randomizer Weekly Race and the aforementioned Zelda 2 Randomizer version 4.0 Showcase Race. Then at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have the Wind Waker Randomizer Bi-Weekly Fun Race Co-op, which is co-op settings this week. Then we've got more matches coming, and that'll be it for us for the weekend, it looks like right now. The showcase race will be on ZSR_3, twitch.tv/ZeldaSpeedRuns_3, and there's other matches. And then looking at over at the week, we have a Breath of the Wild match on Monday. We have Zelda 2 Randomizer. We might have a weekly on Tuesday if we get people for it. We have majority, and then we have not much else actually for the week since the Ocarina of Time Randomizer qualifier got canceled, but we'll have more stuff the following weekend. check out the Zelda speedrun schedule if you want to get if you want to see all the matches that have been scheduled. Okay. I guess that fair enough with the OTRS S4 being added, because that is one of the biggest things going on in DSR as a whole right now. But check out our schedule. Check out the Discord if you want to help out with volunteering or learn how to. Seriously, okay, that is out of date. Or just, okay. Apparently the chat commands are weird. Let me see. Try again. Discord. Can't type. No, check out the Zelda 2 Discord, the Z2R Discord. There we go. And if you want to try out Zelda 2 Randomizer yourself and or help out with these races, especially because now we have 4.0 coming out, which will change up quite a lot of things, as we'll be showcasing tomorrow. Also, give us all a follow, give our runners a follow, traiLZ and RCS, traiLZ being the runner-up and RCS being the reigning champion, and to my co-commentator and the Randomizer developer, DigShake, as well as give us ZeldaSpeedRuns and its sister channels all follows. He has twitch.tv/ZeldaSpeedRuns, ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, ZeldaSpeedRuns_3, and ZeldaSpeedRuns_4 if you want to get more Zelda content. Any final thoughts, DigShake?
No, I think that's should about wrap it up.
Yep. That'll be it for us then tonight. It looks like traiLZ has decided to blow off steam and go play some 4.0, it looks like. So we're going to go over and rate him and say hi and GG's, I suppose. And thanks for watching, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow at the showcase race.
Good night.